It is me, your favorite YouTube heavyweight champion of the world. I wanted to come to you guys live with my SmackDown Live review, so let's get right into it. To start off the show, Carmella and James Ellsworth start off the show tonight with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Carmella came out and claimed that she won the Money in the Bank match fair and square, that she was the rightful winner of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, that she won the women's Money in the Bank briefcase fair and square for the first ever women's Money in the Bank match at Money in the Bank on Sunday night. She claims she was the rightful owner of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. And then she kept talking about how Daniel Bryan was not going to take it away from her, how she was a rightful winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Carmella said, Daniel Bryan's got a big decision to make tonight on whether he's going to take this briefcase away from me or not. And they kept talking about how Carmella was a rightful owner for the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. James Ellsworth played up to that fact too, that Carmella won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match fair and square. So you had James Ellsworth and Carmella start off SmackDown Live tonight with the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. And then you had a backstage segment with Natty, Daniel Bryan, and Tamina. You had a backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and Becky Lynch and Sami Zayn. You had a backstage interview with Randy Orton. And then you had a backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and Charlotte and Becky. And then you had a couple more backstage segments. You had a backstage segment with The New Day. And then we go into Big E versus Jimmy Uso in a one-on-one match tonight for SmackDown Live. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods got involved in this match between Big E and Jimmy Uso tonight on SmackDown Live. This would allow Big E to pick up the win tonight over Jimmy Uso tonight in a one-on-one match tonight on SmackDown Live. And then you had a backstage segment with the Hype Bros, Daniel Bryan. The Hype Bros said, Daniel, we won the number one contendership to face the tag team champions. The Hype Bros won the match against the tag team champions because they said, we won our rightful match to be the number one contenders for the SmackDown Live tag team champions. And so Daniel Bryan said, you know what, guys, next week you will face the Usos for the SmackDown Live tag team championships. So next week on SmackDown Live we will get the Hype Bros versus the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. I'm looking forward to that match. I think it's going to be a fun match to watch next week on SmackDown Live. And then you had a Kevin Owens Open Challenge. AJ Styles came out. He came out to accept the Kevin Owens United States Open Challenge tonight on SmackDown Live. And then AJ Styles sat in on commentary tonight for SmackDown Live. And then Chad Gable came out and he took on Kevin Owens for the United States Open Challenge tonight for the United States Championship. So you had Chad Gable versus Kevin Owens tonight in the United States Open Challenge for the United States Championship. This was a pretty good match tonight for the United States Open Challenge with Chad Gable and Kevin Owens for the United States Championship tonight on SmackDown Live. This was a pretty good match. I liked it. Chad Gable looked really good in this match. Him and Kevin Owens had a good match tonight in the United States Open Challenge for the United States Championship. Chad Gable and Kevin Owens had a good match tonight for SmackDown Live. They had a good match. I enjoyed it. I was into it. It was fun to watch. Kevin Owens ended up hitting the pop-up powerbomb on Chad Gable for the win. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens ended up retaining his United States Championship tonight over Chad Gable in the United States Open Challenge tonight on SmackDown Live. And then you got Daniel Bryan calling out all the women on SmackDown Live, and he talked about how the women should have been, had a better, fair chance to win the Money in the Bank briefcase at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And then all the women got to a kind of a bickering back and forth with each other during this segment. And then James Ellsworth and Daniel Bryan got in a heated, face-to-face confrontation. Daniel Bryan told James Ellsworth, "Look, if you don't stop talking, I'm gonna punch you in the face so fast you won't be able to breathe, and I'm gonna take that Money in the Bank briefcase away from you because you was not supposed to be helping Carmella win the first ever women's Money in the Bank briefcase." And then Daniel Bryan strips Carmella of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. So Daniel Bryan now has the Money in the Bank briefcase. And next week, Daniel Bryan made a huge announcement for SmackDown Live next week. Next week on SmackDown Live, we're going to have a second women's Money in the Bank ladder match next week on SmackDown Live with all these SmackDown women. I cannot wait to see this. Daniel Bryan did a great job tonight of addressing this problem. Daniel Bryan got to the bottom of the problem. He stripped Carmella of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase during the segment with the SmackDown Live women tonight on SmackDown Live. I want to say congratulations to Daniel Bryan for handling that problem. That was awesome. Way to go, Daniel Bryan. You are the man, son. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that segment. That was a great, great segment tonight on SmackDown Live with Daniel Bryan and all these SmackDown Live women. Daniel Bryan strips Carmella of the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. So next week on SmackDown Live, we are going to have a second next week on SmackDown Live, we're going to have a second women's Money in the Bank ladder match next week on SmackDown Live with all these SmackDown Live women. I cannot wait to see that match next week on SmackDown Live. That is a huge announcement. I cannot wait to see that match. I think it's going to be really awesome. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And then we had then we had the main event, which was Jinder Mahal versus Luke Harper in the main event of SmackDown Live tonight. Jinder Mahal ends up picking up the win over Luke Harper tonight on SmackDown Live. The Lone Wolf Baron Corbin comes out. He teases a Money in the Bank cash in on Jinder Mahal, but the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin says, "Nah, not tonight, Jinder Mahal. I'm not gonna cash in on you, but I see you. I got you in my sights. I'm gonna cash in when I get my opportunity." So you had the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin coming out and teasing in a Money in the Bank briefcase cash in on Jinder Mahal tonight, after Jinder Mahal picks up the win over Luke Harper tonight in the main event of SmackDown Live. And then after Jinder Mahal picks up the win over Luke Harper, he gets attacked by Randy Orton, and Randy Orton takes out Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers after Jinder Mahal's match tonight with Luke Harper in the main event of SmackDown Live tonight. So next week on SmackDown Live, we're going to have two huge matches. We're going to have a tag team match with the Hype Bros versus the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. I cannot wait to see that match next week on SmackDown Live with the Hype Bros versus the Usos. Next week on SmackDown Live for the Tag Team Championships. And I cannot wait to see the second Women's Money in the Bank ladder match next week on SmackDown Live with all the women of SmackDown Live next week. I think that's going to be an awesome match as well. I cannot wait to see it. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be fun to watch. So next week we're going to have a tag team match with the Hype Bros versus the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And we're going to have a second Women's Money in the Bank ladder match next week on SmackDown Live with all these SmackDown Live women. So guys, if you like this SmackDown Live review, hit that thumbs up. If you like my YouTube channel, hit that red subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night during my Lucha Underground review on my YouTube channel. We'll talk to you guys then. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you guys later.